Hello everyone, thanks for coming back. And if you're new, welcome. My name is Adelina and I do DIY videos, painting tutorials, and just everyday life adventures. Today what we're going to do is we're going to do a Scarecrow wreath, and we are going to use most of the material from the dollar store. The only thing that is not from the dollar store is this burlap. I couldn't find any burlap at any dollar store around where I live, so I did go to Walmart and I bought this. I paid a little over $6 for it, but it's a good amount of burlap. So the materials that we're going to be using today is the large witch's hat. You're going to need some mesh. Whatever colors you prefer is fine. I just picked the yellow, orange, and the brown. You're going to need some raffia, some ribbon of your choice, preferably matching the mesh. You're going to need a sharp pair of scissors, some wire cutters, some embellishments for the hat. You're going to need some pipe cleaners. I did cut them in half, and then one pipe cleaner that's long. Do not cut it in half. This is what we're going to use for the door hanger. You're going to need a 12-inch ruler and a glue gun with glue sticks. And that's about it. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is, since this is a witch's hat, but we're making a scarecrow hat, we're going to want to make it look more like a scarecrow hat. So we're going to kind of bend the top so it's not as pointy. So I'm just going to kind of bend it. There you go. See how I did that? I just basically put my hand in the middle of this one, of the frame from the top, and I kind of just held it from the top and then put my thumb in the middle frame, and I kind of just bent it very gently. You don't want to do it too hard because the wires might pop out because they are fragile. So now that I have my hat looking more like a scarecrow hat, we're going to go ahead and begin with your burlap. So you're going to take, let's see here, you're going to go ahead and fold your burlap in half because it is kind of see-through and you don't want to see the wires coming through that. So I'm going to fold my burlap in half like that. And then I'm going to start from the top, and I'm going to kind of bunch it up top like this. And then just going to take this and we're gonna put it through the frame like that, and through the and around the burlap, and then you're gonna want to go ahead and hold the little bunch of the burlap on the top. You're gonna kind of tighten that up like that. There you go. So you want that nice and tight on top like that, starting from the very tippy top. See, right there. You're going to go ahead and snip the excess off. And now what you're going to do is, keeping it folded, you're just going to go around this hat. You're just going to kind of work it around, keeping it folded. You can kind of maneuver it, like right here I'm kind of folding it at the end and then flipping it. Make sure the burlap is kind of even every time you fold it around the frame. And you're just going to keep going around till you get to the bottom. Just keep working with it. And you're going to want to come all the way down to the edge of the frame right here. Just a little bit above this right here, because this is where you're going to put all your mesh bundles. So just above that wire line. Okay. Almost at the bottom. And I'm going to do one more loop around. And I'm going to kind of gather it right here. And kind of cut it like that. Then maybe flip it. Then we're going to wire this down too. So you're going to bundle it up like you did at the top. You're going to do it down here. You're going to put it through the wire. And you're going to zip tie it at the very bottom, just like you did the top. And you have like this little excess hanging out. You're going to make that nice and tight, then cut off the excess. There you go. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and trim that off later, or we can actually put it underneath the hat like that. Okay, so now we have the top of the Scarecrow hat. Now what we're going to do is we are going to take our, we're going to take our mesh. We're going to open it up. And this is where your 12-inch ruler comes in handy, because we are going to do 12-inch mesh bundles. So how you're going to do this is you're basically going to put your ruler at the end where the mesh begins, and then you're just basically going to flip it like this. Put this aside, and you're just going to kind of flip it like this. And then you're just going to go around and around like that. See how I'm doing that? And I'm just going around that ruler. You're going to go ahead until the mesh is all the way at the end, until it's all done. You're going to pop off the tube, make sure it goes around like that. And now you're going to take your scissors, you're going to hold your mesh up top, and you're going to take your scissors and you're going to just kind of cut on the very top. While you're holding that, don't let go. And hold on to your mesh, because now because you still have to cut the other side, so hold on to that. And then you cut on the very top again. Okay, make sure it's all, every one of them is cut on the bottom and the top. And there you go. So now you're going to have 2 bundles. Whoop, this one didn't get cut all the way. There you go. You're going to have 2 bundles of the orange. That's just excess right there. Don't really need that. Okay. And so now what you're going to do is you're going to do the same with the brown and the yellow, or whichever color mesh you purchase. So now what I'm going to do is, so we have these bundles, and now I'm just going to go around that ruler again like we did the first time. Go on the very top, and then you start flipping it. You just keep flipping it. Sometimes the mesh does get stuck on itself. Just try to be careful with that. Okay. Make it go all the way around like that. And then you're going to take your scissors again, and you're going to cut on the very top. Just try to hold it, pull it up and cut it. Don't let go. Turn it to the other side, and you're going to cut the other side. Try to cut it as even as you can from the very top so they can be 12 inches all the same size. That is kind of excess right there. Make sure it's all cut on the bottom, and there you go. Now you have 2 bundles of the brown, 2 bundles of the orange, and then you're going to do the yellow. So let's go ahead and do this one more time. Flip it around on your ruler. Make sure it stays straight. For some reason my mesh was cut halfway through, but it's okay. We'll just start it from the top and then just keep going. Oh. There you go. And now we're going to do the same thing. Cut from the top, cut from the bottom. And hold on to it, flip it to the other side, and cut the other side. Sometimes it doesn't cut all the way. There you go. Make sure it's as close to 12 inches as you can make it, so they can all be the same size. Okay, so now you're done with your ruler, and now you have 4 bundles. Now remember, I did say that I bought 2 of each color, so I have cut my other rolls already off camera, but I just wanted to cut these to show you how I did it. And now what you're going to do is, with the 4 bundles, you're going to take your pipe cleaners and you're just going to rotate colors. So I'm going to take my brown and my orange, and you're just basically going to walk it up. You just go like, you lay it down, and then with both your hands, you're just gonna kind of like walk it, and then you're gonna have like a little bow tie. You see that? It's like a little bow tie. And then you're gonna put it in between your thumb and your finger and hold it there. And you're gonna take your orange, try to lay as flat as you can, and you're gonna kind of roll it, make another little bow tie. You're gonna put it in between your thumb. You're gonna crisscross it, take your pipe cleaner that you cut in half, and you're gonna kind of put it in the center of these two. And then you're gonna bend them in half, and then give it 2 good twirls. And there you go, see? So all your bundles are gonna look like that, just different rotating colors. So let's go ahead and do another one together. This time I'm gonna take my yellow, and I'm gonna lay it out, and then I'm gonna just walk it, put it in the middle of my thumb and my finger, and then I'm gonna grab an orange, lay it out, and then I'm gonna walk it. Lay it diagonal, hold on to those, take your pipe cleaner, put it in the middle of both of those, flip it around, bend it in the middle, and give it 2 twists. See how I did that? You're just gonna keep doing that until your mesh is gone. Now, I'm not quite sure we might not use all the little mesh bundles, but we're gonna wanna fill up the top and the bottom completely. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish my little bundles, and then we're gonna go ahead and fill this up. Okay, so I did go ahead and I did all my little mesh bundles, as you can see. I don't know how many I'm going to use. I do have more on the floor, but I couldn't fit them up all on the table. So what we're going to do is we're going to start filling up the top row and just kind of rotating the colors. So I'm just grabbing my brown and my orange first, and I'm going to put it on the top, on the edge, and I'm going to put it around the wire, and then I'm just going to twist it. See this? See, it's around the top of the wire, and I'm going to twist it twice on the top. You can twist it 3 times if you want. Okay, so there you go. And this is what the back's going to look like. And then we are going to go, and then we're going to cut all the excess pipe cleaners off to make it look nice and neat in the back. But right now, we're just focusing on putting all the little mesh bundles on the hat. So I'm going to flip it back, and then we're going to look at the front of the hat, and then that's all we're going to be doing. We're just going to keep rotating the colors. We're going to put it around the top wire, and then we're going to twist it. And you're just going to keep on doing the whole top one. And I'm going to try to rotate the colors as best as I can, but it's okay if the same colors are side by side. It's all to your preference. And I'm just trying to rotate the colors as best as I can. And every time you put a bundle on, you're going to want to squeeze it down so it can look nice and full when you're done. So I'm basically putting it on here, and then I'm just twisting 2 or 3 times and then pushing it close to the other bundle. See how that's beginning to look? We're going to just keep doing it all the way across. Like I said, this is kind of tedious, but when you're done, it looks really cute. You can go ahead and do this sitting in front of the TV, watching a TV show, put on some music, because this does take a while. You're going to want to go ahead and go all the way to the end of the point of the hat. Put one more on the bottom. Okay. So I think I'm done with the top half. Now you're going to want to go ahead and do the bottom. You're going to do the same exact thing.
Okay, this one over here. Make sure we're all filled up. I'll put one more down here and fill a little empty space. Like right here.
Okay, and I guess we're using the last little bundle that I made right here. There, it's pretty full. I made it really full, which is how I like it. If you like it less puffy, then, you know, just don't put as many little bundles. But that's how it looks, and you can just puff it out, arrange it how you like it. Okay, so I basically used, this is basically 2 rolls of each color I used, and I bought 3, so I didn't need the 3rd roll. So we used like 6 rolls all together. I'm not sure how many bundles we have here, but it's 6 rolls worth of bundles. So that's a lot. Okay, so now we're going to do some embellishments. What I'm going to go ahead and do, I think I'm going to do little raffia bundles and just stick them here and there. So, and what I'm going to do is, this is how I do my bundles like this. You can do them any way that you like, but I prefer doing them like this. They're kind of easier. So I just take a little bunch of raffia and then I tie it into a knot. And then I take, now I think you're gonna need a whole pipe cleaner. So I'm just gonna take 2 of my halves and I'm kind of gonna tie them together on the bottom, like that. And then I'm gonna put them in the middle of my raffia, like that, and then twist it like a good 2 times. And then we're going to go ahead and just insert it. Make sure you find the frame of the hat and then kind of like insert it in there. And then pull it through. There you go. And then you're going to just tie it in the back. Give it 2, 3 good twists. And there you go. And then you can trim that. Go ahead and trim this. There you go. Just kind of. Okay. And then just make as many little bundles as you like. I did go ahead and pre-make a couple off camera. So I'm just going to kind of stick them here and there. And you're looking for the wire. And then you're putting it through, and then you're just giving it a couple of good twists. Okay, got a couple more. I don't know why, but I just think raffia just says fall to me. So every DIY I make, every chance I get, I do like to incorporate raffia in my DIY, especially, for fall, of course. Okay. Got a couple more bundles here. You put one down here. And then the last one, just put it, I think I'm going to put it over here. There you go. And just fluff all that out again. And you can add, like I said, as much or as little as you want. Now, I could add more in the middle, but I'm thinking I am going to make some bows to put on here. So I think that's enough raffia. So how I make my bows, they're just very simple. Go ahead. So I thought I'd use this ribbon. I think it matches really nice with the mesh, different color meshes that I bought. Basically what I do is you're going to leave a little tail, and I'm going to do 1 loop and 2 loop, and then you're going to leave the little tail. You're going to gather it on top, and then you're just going to cut the tail. You don't want it too long. And then I'm going to take some of this black and white checkered with some of the, oh my gosh, some of the, you know, it's a black and white checkered, and then it also has the same color as the hat on there. So I'm going to do the 2 loops just like I did with this one. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to leave a little tail. I'm going to leave this tail a little bit longer than this one, and then I'm just going to do 1 loop, 2 loop. Okay, and then I leave a little tail, and then I'm holding on to this one and I'm gathering this one, and then I take pipe cleaner and I just put it in the middle. And then I take another pipe cleaner and I put it in the middle of this one. You just did the 2 loops with the little tails, and now you're just putting the pipe cleaner around it. You pinched it in the middle and you're just putting it around the whole thing. And then with this pipe cleaner, you're going to leave some excess pipe cleaner, and then you're going to put it on top of the black and white ribbon. And then I'm going to just go ahead and cut a tail that's a little bit longer than the top. And then I'm going to ducktail the first ribbon. You just fold it in the middle and then cut diagonally. There you go. And then, whoops, okay. So I'm going to take the first ribbon on top of the second ribbon, and I'm going to go ahead and twist it with my pipe cleaner on top. You see how that is? And then I'm going to just open them up, because they're on there pretty tight. And then with the bottom one, I'm just going to cut diagonal tails. So I'll cut this one this way, and then the other one the other way. Let me see here. Like that, and then this one I'll just cut it this way. Like that. And then you're just going to kind of work them. And work the tails. These are wide ribbon, so it's really easy to maneuver them and just shape them any way you want. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and to do 2 more ribbons, which I have done off of camera. So I have 3 total. And I'm going to take this, and I think I'm going to just put it in the middle here. Just find the wire frame. And kind of just, let me see. It can be kind of difficult because there's a lot of stuff in the way. But okay, so I think okay. So I'm just finding the frame. And what I'm doing is I'm putting one one of the pipe cleaners on the top frame and one on the bottom. I'm going to flip it for you to show you, and then you see that, and I'm just twisting it. And then all these excess pipe cleaners we are going to cut with the wire cutter. Okay, so now I'm going to flip it back. And I'm going to adjust the bow. Okay, there you go. Okay, that's one bow. Then I'm going to go ahead and insert the other one. Also, I did forget to tell you, because we cut all the pipe cleaners in half, they're rather small in the back, and because the wreath and the frame has so much stuff on it, it's really hard to reach the frame. So what I did was, because I already had used those pipe cleaners and I wanted to go ahead and use up my cut up pipe cleaners, I did take 2 pipe cleaners that were cut and I attached it. I kind of just made my short pipe cleaners longer. I kind of just twisted it, and you see that? I made it longer. And then I did it to the other side, and I just made them longer. Make sure you twist it really good so it doesn't come off. See? And you see how long that pipe cleaner is now? Now it'll grab to the back wherever you put it, and it won't fall off. So I think I'm going to put the other one like right here on the end. And remember, you're going to put one of the pipe cleaners on the top of the frame and the other one on the bottom. And then you're going to twist it. Go ahead and adjust your bow too while you're at it. And then try to make sure they're kind of even. Okay, and then you can just play with your bow. I think I'm going to make this one a little bit smaller. And I have one more, and this one I have already attached the long pipe cleaners. So I'm going to put this one on the other side. Maybe like right here. Okay, and then you're just going to twist them in the back. Give them a good 3-4 twists, and then you're going to adjust your bow. There you go. So there you have it. Maybe cut this one a little bit more. This one's kind of long. There you go. Okay, so I did add the raffia on top of the mesh, and I did make the 3 bows. I showed you how I made them. And let's see. So now the only thing that's left is I'm going to embellish the hat. I think I'm going to go, now what I think I'm going to do is take my sunflower and you can embellish this any way you want. You could take the sunflower, you can add raffia, you can add bows, you can add more of the mesh, you can do whatever you like. So I did go ahead and I made one loop bow. I basically took my ribbon that matches my bows and I just made one loop with a little tail, and I put orange and yellow mesh together with a raffia bow, and I went ahead and tied everything together, and then I glued it all together. And I think I'm gonna put this on the very top of the hat. I'm just gonna twist it on there. I try to get it inside of the hat. Let's see how we're gonna do this. Kind of put it like this. And okay, so what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and cut the excess off of the pipe cleaner. And I think the easiest thing to do is to glue it. So I'm just gonna put a generous amount. And I'm going to put it on the very top, like that. And just hold it for a little bit. Okay. There you go. Okay, so I did go ahead and do the little top of the hat. And you can do a regular bow, you know, you can do just the raffia up top. It's just whatever you prefer. And with these little leaves, you know me, like I said before, I love raffia. So I did go ahead and grab a couple of raffia strands, and what I did was I kind of like just tied it in a knot, and then I folded it over, and I went ahead and cut them a little bit shorter, and I put a little dab of glue on the end where I tied the knot. And I kind of just put it on the end of the leaf. See that? Now I'm going to put that on the hat. So, and I did go ahead and make 3 of those. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue this on the bottom of my hat. I'm just going to put maybe a little bit of glue on the edges of the leaf. Be careful, don't burn yourself. Just going to kind of do it maybe like that, sideways. Bring that out. And there you go. I like that. I think I'll go ahead and incorporate the other 2. Maybe put this one, or maybe just one. Yeah, I'll put this one that facing that way. I'm just gonna glue the little edges. Maybe the bottom a little bit. Okay, and just face it this way. Go. Okay, I think a 3rd one is too much. So I am just using 2 of the leaves. Okay. And I think that will do it for the hat. That is really a big hat. That is nice looking. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is we're going to put the pipe cleaner so we can hang it on our door or inside the house. This also makes a great gift, you know, you can gift this to someone. I mean, this is beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this over and kind of just incorporate this in the back like that. And I'm going to add some glue. So I guess I'm going to just put it right there. I'll go ahead and do the edges, like go ahead and tie the edges off. And just go ahead and glue the bottom. And you're going to just put it down there and then hold it for a little bit. Make sure that's really good. And if you want to secure it even more, you can also use your zip tie and zip tie it. And then, you know, you just zip tie it through the frame, and that would probably give it more stability, especially if you're going to hang it outside. So right now I did it like this because I am going to keep it inside the house, but I might gift this. And if I do, I'm just going to go ahead and zip tie it. And also what you want to do is you're going to want to cut all these excess pipe cleaners, you're going to cut them all off. You're going to cut them all the way down, and you're going to clean this up. So I will be doing that off camera. But in the meantime, I believe we're done with our Scarecrow hat. That is beautiful. Turned out better than I thought. This is the first time I've ever done this, and I'm really happy with it. If you guys do try this, let me know how it works, if you have any questions, and until our next creative rendezvous, stay inspired.